Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Could I ask you to please stand as we welcome our 2021 graduating class? We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of our land at which we stand on, the Jagera and the Turrbal people, and pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging. Please be seated. I'd now like to invite our college principal, Mr. Gary O'Brien, for his opening remarks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and graduating class of 2021. Students, you'll be pleased to know that the topic for my final thoughts to you today are not about grit, which, as you know, is the passion and persistence required to overcome the obstacles and challenges that lie in the path of worthwhile accomplishments. Nor will my talk be about empathy, the seeing with the eyes of others, the listening with the ears of others, and feeling with the heart of others. Although I am very pleased to say I see evidence of this in you and hope that you will continue to exhibit this in the years ahead. It is to reflect just briefly on the people you have become. For what I see in front of me is a group of resilient, confident and assured young people who have faced the challenges presented with a sense of positivity and hope, who have maintained and strengthened personal relationships, and who have united to care for one another. I couldn't be prouder of the fine young men and women who sit before me, ready to tackle life's next challenge, whatever that may be, with courage and compassion. Today we gather as a cohort of 143 students and their families. There's always an element of sadness to this event as it represents the end of the CHAC journey for a number of families. We have a tradition of recognising longevity of association by naming families that have been with us for at least 10 years. So if your name is called, would you please just stand in your place and remain standing till I get through the list. So, with 10 years of time at CHAC, Charlie Anderson with parents Graham and Jennifer and siblings James and Fraser. If they can all please stand. Thanks, Charlie. Mia Campbell with Robert and Anna and siblings Rosanna and Scott. Jasmine Dawkins with Robert and Fiona and sister Jessica. Georgie Hamill, yes, you all have to stand. It's simple. Georgie Hamill with parents Andrew and Michelle and sister Hannah. Shane O'Connor with Scott and Pamela and Harry. Matthew Stoward with Jeffrey and Monica and Jordan. 11 years of association. Blake Hobbs with parents Gavin and Nicole and brother Ryan. Kate Logan with Scott and brother Baxter. Juliet Munro with Robert and Natalie and Katie. Alyssa Phillips with Father Byron and Andrea and siblings Justin and Brooke. Louis Thompson with Greg and Yu Yang and Sean Jai. Ewan Tipping with Daryl and Karen and siblings Lauren and Ryan. And the winners, if we have winners in events like this, with 12 years of association, Gabby Salvati with Paul and Kim and of course Scott. I think having survived multiple, as in double-digit numbers of years, I think they deserve a round of applause. Yes, you can sit down now. I know it's quite embarrassing to have to remain standing. Each year we have a number of families concluding their time at the college, and to you and indeed all our CHAC families, we thank you for the trust you have put in us, and the partnership you have had and continue to have with us in the education of your child or children. In terms of this cohort of students, we have seen some amazing results with 50 Principals Awards for General Academic Excellence presented last night. Similarly, there has been a large number of early offers and scholarships offered to our students, and I look forward to sharing information about these at our Honours Assembly in February next year, which, as everybody knows, is when we will announce the Ducks for 2021. 2021 has been a challenging year, but I will say again how impressively this cohort has adjusted, adapted, and even thrived under the circumstances. And this can certainly be attributed partly to the support they've had and received at home. As a college, we are well aware that our success comes down to the strong relationships we build, the trust we gain, and the partnerships we develop with you. And so on behalf of the college, I want to thank all of you for trusting your most treasured possessions to us and supporting us to help your child grow into the best that they can be. Students, I hope you leave CHAC with a sense of gratitude for what you have received, with a genuine commitment to making the most of what comes next, and a promise that you will come back to visit, to share your successes, share your challenges, to even share your failures, and just to share with us what CHAC has meant to you. We have a closing blessing that we use, and it says, Pax et Bonum, which means peace and goodness be with you. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Mrs. Jennifer Middleton to present graduation packs to the students from Moreton and Russell House. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Please welcome Mr. John Gothard, Head of House for Moreton, and our Moreton graduates this evening. Charlotte Beavers. Lots of hugs. Rowan Bell. Hannah Blackler. Sophia Ciesler. Angus Denholm. Jasmine Isles. Reed Fuchs. Owen Gallagher. Rosemary Grant. Naveen Hingarani. Oliver Julian. Maxim Kihara. Bailey Llewellyn. Brooke Llewellyn. Kate Lowe. Henry Monaghan. Jess Muir. Evie Redhead. Natalia Rees. Matthew Sloman. Lachlan Spalding. Abigail Wayne. And Kai Woods. I now invite the Moreton House captains Henry and Jess to say a few words.
To Mr. Gothard, what an amazing year it has been for Moreton House. Taking out the House Shield for 2021 was a phenomenal achievement that we worked so very hard for. We are so grateful to have such an amazing mentor to lead us through our position and our Year 12 journey, and I think I can speak on behalf of the Moreton seniors when I say you are one of the kindest and most caring teachers to have as our house leader. Add in a little bit of humorous banter. We couldn't have done it without you. It's been an absolute pleasure to lead this house, and Henry and I thank you for this amazing opportunity.
And on behalf of the Moreton cohort, we'd like to present you with a gift.
Please welcome Mr. Matt Small and our Russell House graduates. Isabel Airley. Tom Camulia May. Daniel Carton. Sam Clark. Joshua Curran. Ben Engel. Emma Gamble. Ashley Gill. Emma Gleeson. Ethan Goldworthy. Callum Hawken. Phoebe Hurst. Jonah Humphreys. Bailey Isles. Tate Logan. Ella McCauley. Juliet Munro. Lachlan Petro. Thomas Poon. Gabrielle Salvati. Cruz Savage. Liam Topia. Liam Ward. And Imogen Watson. I'd like to invite the Russell House captains to say a few words.
I'd like to thank my Russell cohort for making these years as special as they have been for us. I hope this gift can be a reminder of the lasting legacy and impact that you've all had on this college. And it's not tea, by the way, it's just an orange bag.
Mr. Small, on behalf of the entire Russell cohort, we want to thank you for your endless support and organisation this year. We hope you enjoy it.
I'd now like to introduce the 2021 college captains to give their address.
Good evening, all. Our senior years have been a roller coaster, but one that goes upside down and in all different directions. There's been highs and there's been lows. Although we rode these lows together, and that made us feel more connected. I believe the highs made us all feel very empowered. Highs like finishing our external exams, or our 100-day celebration, or our commissioning service earlier in the year. Our grade is simply phenomenal, if you'd let me be modest and humble for a moment. Our bonds are tight, and our humour is what sets us apart from other grades. The last 2 years have seen a global pandemic which has sent us into multiple lockdowns and placed our beloved masks back onto our faces. It's also sent us through QCAA's external exams for the second time in Queensland's history. I understand the fact that last year was probably a tricky year for the cohort, and the fact that there are millions of other students feeling the same way. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be graduating with any other set of Year 12s. I'm proud to call you my friends, and I'm beyond excited to see us all grow as individuals and take on our own challenges and make our own way into the real world. See you in a new era, and thank you for the 6 years.
"12 years of school seemed like a lifetime. It was all we were going to know for what seemed forever. And yet here we are at the end of that chapter with a much larger road ahead, and now that seems like forever. I encourage you all to take the things we've learned here at CHAC with you on that road ahead. Not the academics, but the life lessons imparted from our teachers and each other. And remember that most importantly, our actions speak volumes about who we are and that we are proud CHAC graduates. Our college imparts a sense of community quite like no other, one of caring and compassionate people who put others first, but respect their own worth as well. Remember the values learnt, the morals practiced, and the friendships formed. I hope the time we've spent together at CHAC will remain within your hearts forever, as it will mine, as some of the best days of our lives.
So, this is it. It's all coming to an end. But in a week full of farewells and closed chapters, I think it is so important to think of the new beginnings and open doors. The past few months have been tough for everyone, sometimes feeling like an endless stumble to the finish line. But here we are, crossing at the flags, and it's important to look around and see who helped us get there. To our teachers, you have worked tirelessly for us for 2 years, always supporting our endeavours and helping us to flourish. To our families, where would we be without you? I don't know. In the peaks and troughs of Year 12, you have celebrated our highs with us and picked us up during the lows. Your work and your love is appreciated more than you can imagine. Finally, thank you to the class of 2021. You elected us as your representatives this year, and it has been the ride of our lives. It has been an honour growing up with you all. Stay safe, keep well, and strive forward with courage and compassion.
Tomorrow at the Cathedral will be the last official time the cohort is all together, which does not feel quite right to say. I know that saying goodbye to everyone tomorrow is going to be pretty darn hard. It will be upsetting not seeing all your smiling yet very sleep-deprived faces every week, and to not be in such a supportive, uplifting, accepting, and ultimately very epic environment anymore. I urge you all to say goodbye to anyone and everyone you can tonight and tomorrow. There will be someone who helped you with your schoolwork one time, someone you have been in sport or band or other teams with, or someone who, when you see them, your day feels just a little bit better. It is your chance to say what you want to say and hug who you want to hug, so please try your very best to do so. Remember to stay in touch with each other. Reaching out or saying a simple hello if you pass by someone is not at all embarrassing. It can solidify and start many exciting friendships. Please don't be strangers. From the captains, we wish you all the very best in your futures. We cannot be prouder of the incredible young people you have become and cannot wait to see what you do next. So, for the last time, cheers, Penny Spears.
And I'd just like to give Penny, Juliet, Sam and Matt another round of applause for their inspiring leadership right throughout the year. Thank you. I'd now like to invite the Year 12 graduates from Macleay House to come forward and invite Mr O'Brien and Mr Fergus onto the stage. Lachlan Fagg. Noah Cullen Way. Dylan Finch. Simone Glow. Georgie Hamill. Abby Hanson. Loanna Hatfield. Brody Keeley. Anna Kowalczyk. Nicholas Levick. Anastasia Lewis. Ethan Millard. Nick Node. Liam Robinson. Brianna Rogers. Matt Rooney. Emily Rosso. Adia Sabani. Kellyanne Sparks. Yasmin Thompson. William Wright. And I'd like to invite the Macleay House Captains forward to say a few words.
Congratulations, everyone. It's been a really tough year, but we got through it all, and I'm really proud of all of you. On behalf of all of us and all of Macleay, I'm sure, Ms. Fergus, you've been an amazing head of house. Thank you so much. And we'd like to give you these gifts as a token of our appreciation for that.
Please welcome Mr. Tyson Schneider and Miss Melinda Miles to present the graduating students of Peel House. Corey Allen. Charlie Anderson. Lucinda Bauer. Jessica Blaker. Oscar Broadhead. Lachlan Davies. Jasmine Dawkins. Kate Gordon. Hunter Hansen. Blake Hobbs. Katie Lee. Nicola Martin. Erin McNeil. Jai Moya. Ben Malay. Claudia Pessel. Meredith Phelan. Nathan Prestige. Sophie Prestige. Hannah Schultz. Hannah Seymour Smith. Curtis Shue. Anayath Singh. Louis Thompson. Ewan Tipping. Joshua Trotter. And Taya Zabala. I now invite the Peel House captains, Sophie and Blake, to say a few words.
First, we'd like to say thank you to our entire Peel cohort. Without your support this year, we wouldn't have been able to achieve such a fun and successful year, so thank you.
So if some of you haven't been able to notice yet, we've actually had two Peel two Peel heads of houses this year. So before we say our final goodbyes, we'd like to thank Mrs. Miles and Mr. Schneider for all the hard work they've put into Peel, from the carnivals and to organising the house meetings. We couldn't have done it without you. You've been amazing to us, but most importantly, you've been amazing to Peel. We wouldn't have it any other way, and for the last time, go Peel Pirates.
It is my pleasure now to introduce Mr. Rob Munro to you. As Gary mentioned earlier, Rob and his wife Natalie have had an association with CHAC, stretching back to the enrolment of eldest daughter Katie in 2011. They've had two children at CHAC. Katie graduated in 2019, and of course Juliet will graduate tomorrow. Rob is a very passionate and keen supporter of the college, and it is my pleasure to invite him to the microphone to speak on behalf of the parents. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you, Mr. Pavish, for that introduction. Good evening, everyone. Every year at valedictory, the college asks a Year 12 parent to speak, and this year I'm honoured to speak on your behalf. For those who don't know me, I'm Jules' dad, and Natalie and I are finally graduating this year. Despite being here for over a decade, there are many parents here that I don't know, but really, this is unsurprising. With so many students, different pursuits for our kids, and different ways we can support them, getting to know everyone, even after many years, is close to impossible. But even if we don't know each other, we are bonded by a single cause, helping our kids get through, hoping they will do their best and realise that their best is more than enough, that they will treat others well and be treated well in return, that they will have the resilience in hard times and have fun in good times. Firstly, thank you to all parents who have actively supported the college. I like to compare our school with a sporting club. We can pay our yearly fees, bring our children to training and game days, and leave it at that. But if you want your club to be successful, have a great culture, and be far more rewarding for your children, you have to get involved. To this end, I especially want to thank parents who have taken on formal volunteer roles with CHAC, be it the P&F, boards, or other roles. Thank you. For the majority of the rest of us, like me, thank you for actively supporting CHAC in the thousands of small ways whenever you can. Be it attending the father and son camping trip, making musical costumes, or scoring for basketball. Thank you. You are part of making CHAC a great club. At our first open day in 2008, Natalie and I were excited by CHAC's leafy surrounds and its fantastic arts and music program. Unfortunately, for both our daughters, they inherited my talent for the arts. Luckily, CHAC also had sport. But it wasn't any of these things that drew us to CHAC. and certainly not the number of OPs. We didn't even know what an OP was. Rather, it was CHAC's inclusiveness that drew us to the college. That no matter what your family background was, or what walk of life your children end up taking, they will be supported and respected, and expected to support and respect others. These were the values and culture we wanted for our daughters. So to the college, thank you. When competition for enrolments is high, I hope your inclusiveness continues and you don't err on promoting high achievement above all else. I believe a school's reputation is not built on ATAR scores, but the type of people its students and graduates are. As a wise old pirate said to me, at the end of the day, it's all about producing good humans. To the teachers, thank you so much for supporting and helping our kids develop strong values. I particularly want to thank the homeroom teachers and the heads of house. The vertical homerooms are an important part of this inclusiveness, supporting our children in junior secondary and in turn developing them into leaders to support the juniors. To the students, well done, you've finished. Simple as that. Years 11 and 12 are never easy, and you can also say, well, in my day, it was during the 2-year COVID pandemic. No Year 11 camp for us. Whilst you may not believe it, by April next year, your results will have next to no impact on your life. Whatever you choose to do, it's not set in stone, and you'll probably change your mind, which is absolutely fine. Or, if there is something you really want to do, then there is always a pathway. What counts is not your high school results, but the type of humans you are. On behalf of all your parents, apart from anything else, what we want for you is to be happy. And finally, to Jules, Mum and I are so proud of you, so proud of the human you have become. Thanks all. See you at the celebrations. Cheers.
It is with great pleasure that I present to you the St. Helena graduates. Herbie Allendorf, Oscar Baker, Tom Brennan, Hannah Cameron, Mia Campbell, Zane Cross, Leo Dodds, Kate Fitzgerald, James Gardner, Joshua Harvey, Faris Joyce, Blair Kemp, Emily Lang. Chipo Makusha. Brianna McGregor. Lillian Moore. Zachary Paulson. Sol Plevy. James Rowe. Thomas Russell. Paige Smith. Sophie Smith. Penelope Spears. Matthew Starwood. Adam Wyatt. I now invite the St Helena House captains to say a few words.
We'd first like to thank Miss Wallace for everything she has done for both us as house captains and every member of this senior St Helena cohort this year. We are grateful for your enthusiasm at all of our house events, as well as your genuine care for our welfare and success as senior students. We're going to miss seeing you every Thursday morning, and we couldn't have completed this year without you.
And to the St Helena cohort, you guys have been amazing. The last 6 years, I couldn't imagine doing it with anybody else. And to Miss Wallace, we have a small gift just to show our appreciation for not only this year, but the last 6 years. You've been incredible. Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. Nick Metcalf and Mr. Gary O'Brien to present the Stradbroke graduates. Alec Betanay. Kate Berger. Rebecca Ferguson. Natalie Jackson. Eliza Jeffrey. Jasmine Laliva Adams. Ava Lees. Zachary Lees. Rebecca Leonard. Aidan Medson McGarry. Morgan Mewton. Adam Moritz. Hamish Morrow. Shane O'Connor. Alyssa Phillips. Ruby Pittarino. Chloe Ryder. Kashmir Schaefer. Joel Sinnott. Claire Sivia. Jacob Spencer. Kira Stratford George. Justin Trithui. Ryan Warwick. Thomas Weeks. James Wilson. And Alexander Woodford. I now invite the Stradbroke House captains to say a few words.
I just want to first say thank you to the senior Strady cohort. We couldn't have done it without you. Past 6 years, we've all come together from the house singing and the house meetings. You've all helped us out, so thank you very much.
And secondly, we'd love to thank Mr. Metcalf. It's been an amazing year this year, and we appreciate everything you've done for the house. So thank you, and we have this little gift of appreciation to show you. Thank you, sir.
Stradbroke students, please remain on the choir risers, and can all other Year 12s please join Stradbroke. Class of 2021, congratulations. You are an extraordinary cohort and you've completed your final years here under extraordinary circumstances. We believe, though, that you are stronger for it, as your resilience, ingenuity and courage is clearly evident.
And now, it really is time to go. We wish you well as you start your next adventure. Know that your CHAC family will always be cheering you on. Ms. Miles and I would like to thank you for letting both of us share your senior years. It is now with great pleasure that we present to you the class of 2021 Pax et Bonum.
Stay there, folks. Don't move. Don't move. Guys, stay here for a while, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, that brings our 2021 graduation ceremony to a close. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been wonderful to be able to gather here today to recognise and celebrate the achievements of each of our Year 12 students. In a moment, I'm going to invite the Year 12 students to process out into the foyer, where you'll be able to join them and quickly depart for the next venue. But before I do, I have a number of messages about the next event, the family celebration at the warehouse. For those of you who have booked for the bus, you'll need to move directly to the buses as they'll be departing shortly. The buses are located at the top end of Krupp Road, the junction road end, and the last bus will depart at 6:20. The heads of house will assist you to board and make sure each bus is full before departing. If you've booked a return journey on the bus, please be aware that the buses will depart to CHAC shortly after 9 p.m. The last bus to CHAC will leave the warehouse at 9:20. If your car is parked within the school grounds, you'll also need to be aware that the gates will be locked at 10:30 p.m. and there will be no access to the grounds until Monday morning. Be warned. Photos. There will be plenty of time for photos at the next venue, plus official photos will be available to purchase from Elite Photography. A reminder to students, after you process out of the auditorium, please return to collect your graduation packs from your seat and take them with you. And on that note, I'd like to again congratulate the Year 12s and invite them to process out into the foyer, led by the heads of house, please. Heads of house, could you come forward? And I think as we go, a round of applause. Well done.
I had a dream that someday I would just fly.
Okay, guys, follow on.
Away.
Remember, get your
And
stuff.
I always knew I couldn't stay, so I had a dream that I'd just fly away. I've been on my own for a minute. Is it only me out there, searching for the place to begin it? Is it me? Is it you? Is it fear? Standing on the line I was given, people stare and ask me why I'm here.